Namaskaram, good evening, and my greetings to audiences all over the world who are now watching the inauguration of the 94th annual concerts at the Academy. The evening begins with an invocation to Shankara, the embodiment of Nada. Our advanced school of Carnatic music students will be rendering Nada Tanu Manisham. Akshaya is from the third year, and Deepika and Ameya are from the second year.
नाद तनुमनिशं शङ्करं नाद तनुमनिशं शङ्करं नाद तनुमनिशं शङ्करं नाद तनुमनिशं शङ्करं नमामि मे मनसा शिरसा नादतनुं मनिशं शङ्करं नमामि मे मनसा शिरसा नादतनुं मनिशं शङ्करं नमामि मे मनसा शिरसा नाद तनुमनिशम् मोदकर निगमोत्तमसाम वेदसारं वारं वारं मोदकर निगमोत्तमसाम वेदसारं वारं वारं नादतनुं मनिशं शङ्करं नमामि मे मनसा शिरसा नाद तनुमनिशम् सद्यो जातादिपञ्चवक्त्रज सरिगमपदनी वरसप्तस्वर सद्यो जातादिपञ्चवक्त्रज सरिगमपदनी वरसप्तस्वर विद्यालोलं विदलितकालं विद्यालोलं विदलितकालं विमलहृदय त्यागराजपालं विमलहृदय त्यागराजपालं नादतनुं मनिशं शङ्करं नमामि मे मनसा शिरसा नाद तनुमनिशम्
Thank you for the auspicious beginning. For the first time in the history of Music Academy, we are having an online series of concerts. Shri N. Murali, President of the Music Academy, will deliver the welcome address. He will also share with you all the measures that have been taken to reach this music to a global audience.
Namaskaram. It is indeed a strange and unusual experience for me to be welcoming an invisible audience standing at the famed stage of the Music Academy's empty auditorium. Undoubtedly, it reflects the extraordinary and challenging times the whole world has been going through for most part of this eminently forgettable year in the wake of the still raging once-in-a-century global pandemic. I warmly welcome all of you Rasikas, wherever or in whichever time zones you may be, and tuning in or logging in, if you will, from our home city of Chennai, the rest of our country, or across the world. I especially welcome our members whom we would miss greeting in person at this time. I extend a very special welcome to our chief guest, Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra, who has kindly consented to be the chief guest and inaugurate this music festival. Roshni is very accomplished and multifaceted. After graduating in communications with focus on radio, TV, or film from the Northwestern University, Evanston, Illinois, USA, she did an MBA from the Kellogg School of Management. Before joining HCL Corporation, the holding company of the HCL Group, she gained experience working with Sky News UK and CNN in USA. She became executive director and CEO of the company. She subsequently joined the board of the hugely successful IT company HCL Technologies and went on to become the vice chairperson of the board. And in July this year, the mantle of chairperson passed on to her from the legendary founder and a dynamic entrepreneur and a large-hearted philanthropist, Mr. Shiv Nadar. Roshni is the first woman and the youngest chairperson of a listed Indian IT company, which is also in the top 3 league. She is also passionate about wildlife and conservation and established the Habitats Trust in 2018, whose aim is to protect India's natural habitat and indigenous species and to create and conserve sustainable ecosystems. Another big passion of hers is philanthropy through education. She is a trustee of the Shiv Nadar Foundation, which is deeply involved in transformational education. She is the driving force behind the unique initiative undertaken by the foundation called Vidya Gyan, which offers a 360 degrees holistic education to economically disadvantaged and meritorious rural students from the state of Uttar Pradesh. Shiv Nadar Foundation's institutions of higher education, both near Chennai and in Noida, offer very high quality education in specialized fields at affordable costs and with multiple scholarships. In her young career in business and philanthropy, through natural conservation and education, Roshni has already received many honors and recognitions. And what is very interesting is Roshni also trained in classical music. The HCL Group and particularly Mr. Shiv Nadar have been munificent supporters of the Music Academy. For many years, not only through the HCL monthly concert series, but also in making it possible for the Academy to refurbish and upgrade its mini auditorium into a modern, state-of-the-art facility. Mr. Shiv Nadar has inaugurated our annual festival in the year 2010. It is but fitting that following in his footsteps, Roshni, his daughter, and a next-gen exemplar will be inaugurating the first of its kind event, and I thank her for that on behalf of the Music Academy. As many would know, the Music Academy has a heritage of 93 years and has always remained in the forefront in the field of performing arts. It has many distinctions to its credit, having pioneered the famed Margari or the December Music Festival, which it started way back in the year 1929 and which has grown into one of the largest classical music festivals in the world and now spanning many organizations in the city with hundreds of musicians participating in over 1,500 concerts. The Music Academy has followed an unbroken tradition of holding its annual festivals for over 9 decades, ever since it started the first one. The pandemic that has been raging relentlessly across the world even now has virtually brought to a standstill life as we have always been used to. It has severely impacted all areas of human endeavor and activity, and has also sadly taken a heavy toll on human lives. Performing arts, artists, and organizations involved have been adversely affected too. While our hearts go out to those artists whose livelihoods have been severely disrupted, the Music Academy has tried to do its bit by extending financial support to several artists in extreme distress due to COVID 19. Under the present extraordinary circumstances, we have realized that it is impossible to conduct our annual festival in its usual grand physical format, with an overflowing audience present in the auditorium for a duration of over 2 weeks, followed by a standalone week-long dance festival, and with all the trappings like conferring the highly coveted and recognized Sangeeta Kalanidhi and other awards, holding leg dems in the morning academic sessions, Rasikas sporting their best attire, and savoring our culinary offerings through the day, an all pervasive air of festivity, and so on, in order to maintain the uninterrupted tradition of annual festivals. We decided to definitely have a festival, but of a shorter duration without all the usual features and in a different but exciting format that is the first for us. The whole festival will be digitally streamed to listeners. There will be totally 27 concerts, 15 in the senior category and 12 in the junior and sub-senior category. In keeping with general online preference, concerts would be of shorter duration than usual and would be for an hour and hour and a half for juniors and sub-seniors and seniors respectively. The sensitive and delicate task of selection of artists for a significantly reduced number of total concerts presented a dilemma. As is our wont, a fair, objective, and transparent process was followed. Artists who won prizes for performance in last year's annual concerts, as evaluated by independent judges, have been chosen, plus, of course, some recent Sangeeta Kalanidhi awardees, in addition to a slot each for Nagaswaram and Harikatha. We are sorry to disappoint many artists who normally would have performed, but certainly hope to have them for the next season when hopefully normalcy should return. Let me hasten to add that their missing out this year is purely dictated by the present circumstances and is by no means any reflection on their abilities. The concerts have been recorded on our stage and would be digitally streamed to you, our valued listeners. The musicians would be performing with no audience in the auditorium. Again, very unnatural for them. We would be strictly following the necessary safety and hygiene protocols. As value addition, that would be of an enduring nature, a series of short audiovisual capsules will be shown between concerts, showcasing the Academy's glorious history and heritage, its annual conferences and concerts, significance of its prestigious awards and awardees, academic activities, music education, infrastructure development, and other multifarious activities throughout the year. These episodes will be hosted by our secretaries, Sri V. Sriram and Dr. Meenakshi Sumati Krishnan. This exciting digital foray has been made possible by the generous support of HCL through the brand's HCL Concerts. The event management function and the virtual platform supporting the event will be provided by Showspace Event Solutions LLP. The video recording and streaming of the concerts and the production of the short capsules will be handled by Prakriti Jiva Media, represented by Srimati Usha Rajeshwari and the studio Offbeat. Our aim is to make this virtual offering as close to real as possible. In closing, the Music Academy pays its fulsome tribute to the stalwarts sadly lost to the world of Carnatic music in the recent months. Sangeeta Kalanidhi recipient Professor T.N. Krishnan and Sangeeta Kalacharya awardees Sri P.S. Narayanaswamy and Srimati T. Rukmini. Professor T.N. Krishnan, the violin maestro, who from a child prodigy went on to reach the very pinnacle of the art and remained there for an incredibly long period of 7 decades. His long and close association with the Music Academy started with his first concert in 1943, and poignantly, his swan song was in December 2019 at the ripe age of 91. Sri P.S. Narayanaswamy was a doyen among musicians and a much sought-after teacher who has trained scores of very good musicians. He was also on the faculty of the Music Academy's Advanced School of Carnatic Music. Srimati T. Rukmini was an outstanding violinist and had accompanied many stalwarts in her heyday. It is now time for me to sign off and wish you all a happy, all-new viewing and listening experience from your homes. Thank you very much.
President Murli has spoken to us about our association with the HCL over many years and also the spontaneous support that HCL came forward to give us at this time. I will now request the Chairperson of HCL Technologies, Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra, to inaugurate the 94th online concert series as well as deliver her inaugural address.
Hello, everyone. My name is Roshni Nadar Malhotra, and I'm the CEO of HCL Corporation and the Chairperson of HCL Technologies. I hope and pray that you and your families are all well, safe, and in good health. I am truly honored and delighted to welcome you to the Music Academy's 94th annual concerts supported by HCL and the HCL Concerts, digital for the first time. The Music Academy is a long-standing institution of our country committed to the promotion and guardianship of the classical fine arts. Over the last 9 decades, it has upheld the core values of classicism and maintained high standards of excellence while evolving to keep a fine balance with the demands of a modern world and audience. This festival is today one of the largest cultural events in the world, and the success of this cannot be celebrated without highlighting the contributions made by the Music Academy, the founding body of the festival. I'm going to delve a little into the history because I do believe that in this digital world, we've hopefully been able to target a lot of new audience as well. The festival is not just meant for entertainment. It has become a movement that has stood the test of time since it was first held in 1927 as an offshoot of the All India Congress session held in Madras, and then formalized by the Music Academy as an annual music conference in 1929. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, in 2017 also included Chennai in its list of the Creative Cities Network for its contribution to music, and the December music season is a key component of the same. This festival is now an intrinsic part of the city's culture and being, and is an annual landmark event, one that has people attending not just from the city, but from across India and across the world. Every year, the festival witnesses thousands of music sabhas across various venues with several thousand connoisseurs of Carnatic, classical music, and dance flocking to the performances. I also truly appreciate how the Music Academy has helped ensure that the festival plays a role in educating more and more audiences about the classical Indian performing arts. Therefore, every year it holds lectures and demonstrations on music and dance in the morning to help drive a greater appreciation for the fine arts. I also want to take a quick moment to talk about how the Music Academy has helped ensure that this festival is not just home to performances by the veterans and maestros, but becomes a platform for the younger promising artists to showcase their talent to a larger audience. This has now become a core part of the entire festival, where several young artists are introduced to the audience every year, performing at various sabhas and gaining the much needed exposure. 2020 has been an unprecedented year, with the COVID 19 pandemic forcing people to stay within the safety of their homes and bringing cultural events globally to a halt. However, we live in a connected digital world where geographic boundaries have been transcended and the internet has connected all corners of the world. Interactive digital media and various technology tools have helped ensure that people remain connected to each other from the safety of their homes. I am happy that these virtual platforms have also enabled opportunities for artists to perform and connect with their audiences. While this is the first time in history the Music Academy, when the annual concerts are going to be held in a digital format, I believe the festival will also reach a more global and diverse audience. Every year, in the past, the NRI community timed their annual vacation with the festival to be able to attend the Gala Festival along with the people from the city and surrounding areas. However, any physical performance can only accommodate so many people. The Music Academy's virtual concerts this year will allow access to a larger audience, enabling them to enjoy the profoundness of Carnatic music, the mainstay of the festival, from their homes. The digital format will also cut through barriers of age, distance, and time. People across different time zones and countries can comfortably attend the concerts and enjoy the performances with their families and loved ones. I am hopeful that these virtual concerts will further help bring a larger, younger audience into the fold of this classical music genre, as they are the biggest consumers of online content and can tune in to the multiple performances that will be held daily by both the veterans as well as young, talented artists. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Music Academy, which, by quickly transforming a huge physical festival into a virtual digital one, has taken a leap forward in promising outlook of an evolving institution which continues to keep up with the times. Finally, I'm delighted for the wonderful partnership between the HCL Concerts and the Music Academy, which has grown from strength to strength over the last 14 years. We have found common synergies in our aim to promote Indian classical performing arts, and given the critical work the Music Academy has been doing in this direction, we have been supporting them to host the annual concerts and several other concerts through the year, showcasing both established artists and promising young Carnatic music and dance talent. With this year's shift to digital, even though we yearn for physical interactions and the social ecosystem of festivities this festival offers in and around the actual performances, I'm excited for this new era in the Music Academy's legacy and the digital additions to its already enriched and amazing archives. Over the next 8 days, all boundaries of geographies, time zones, and demographics will be transcended, and I hope you enjoy and appreciate the various performances. Thank you so much. Wishing you all a peaceful December and a peaceful, prosperous, and healthier 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. And now the curtain opens to a grand festival of Carnatic music over the next few days. We do hope that you enjoy this unique experience of having a December music season at home. Namaskaram.